flight of a baseball is modeled by y equal negative 4.9 x squared plus 9.8 x plus 14.7, where x is the time in seconds and y is the height in meter above the ground. What is the height of the ball 0.5 seconds after it was hit?
This is the value of x.
Yep.
Nice to call it back to that.
0.5 for the value of x and stuff.
So you're telling me that 0.5 is the value of x, right? And how do you know that it's the value of x? What tells you that it's the value of x?
Because where x is the time in second.
X is the time in second, right? So reading this, you should know that x represents time, right? So if the question says, what is the height of the ball 0.5 seconds after it was hit, that 0.5 second, that represents the time, which is x. What am I looking for?
Y.
I'm looking for y because it's asking you what is the height, right? So I'm looking for y when x equals 0.5. So this is a simple plugging,
Oh, yeah, you just
find the value, right? So this is a simple going like, okay, equals negative 4.9, 0.5 squared plus 9.8 times 0.5 plus 14.7. Anyone found the answer for this?
The whole answer.
Yeah.
20.8.
20.8.
258.
And what would the unit be?
Meter.
It's a word problem. Do you guys have that? You guys find that? Let me try it and plug it in. So, actually I have this one. I have 18.37. Do you guys have that too? Did you put negative? Maybe you missed that negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, try that again, okay? So it's a word problem. What should I end with?
A sentence.
A sentence. So therefore, the height of the ball, 0.5 seconds after it was hit was 18.375.
Yeah, 18.
You probably forgot that negative at the beginning. So anytime it gives you a value for x and it asks you to find value of y, you just have to plug it in. What is the height of the ball when it was hit?
14.7.
And how do you know that?
Because it's y-intercept and the initial height.
The initial height. And how do we know that we're looking for the initial height?
This time is 0.
So you're looking at what is the height of the ball when it was hit. So it was hit at time equals 0, right? So that means I'm looking for the initial height. Yes, that's what it means by saying when it was hit. So since I'm looking for the initial height, I would say that the height of the ball when it was hit is 14.7 meters. Okay? How do I know that? It's the y-intercept. The y-intercept means If I'm looking at the standard form, it's the last value, which is the C value of my standard form. I didn't have to do much work here, right? Does it take for the ball to reach the ground? What am I looking for?
Zeros.
The zeros. What form does it have to be in to find the zeros? Has to be in factors form, right? So y equals negative 4.9 x squared plus 9.8x plus 14.7. How can I factor this?
First factor negative 4.9.
So I have to do a common factor first. Remember that I don't want to have any values in front of the x squared. Let's see. Would negative 4.9 be a common factor? So can I divide, if I factor negative 4.9, basically divide by negative 4.9. I told you don't need to show me this step, I'm just showing it for you guys. So that's gonna be negative 4.9 x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now what do I do?
Sum and product.
Sum and product. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to,
Negative 3 and add to negative.
okay, so product is negative 3 and sum is negative 2. So what multiplies to negative 3?
Negative 3 and 1.
Negative 3 and 1. Do we agree with this? I hope that's a yes.
So,
Yeah. Hold on your left, like time on your hips.
So what are my zeros?
3,
Three
x
and
equals 3
negative
and
one.
negative.
X equals 3 and x equals negative 1. Remind me, what does x represent in this question?
Time.
Time. So the time is negative 1 second and time is plus 3 seconds. Does that make sense?
No, negative.
Right? So basically what I have here is I have this. So my time is at negative 1. Does that make sense?
Yes, because we don't really count that part of the time, and because the ball is being thrown.
That's right. So the
The
ball is
line.
gonna start from here, right? It's gonna be hit at this point where it's already in the air, right? So basically this part of the solution is not, we don't consider that part, okay? So how long does it take for the ball to reach the ground?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Are you okay with this? find my maximum height?
First, axis of symmetry, then small vertex.
Okay, remember right now I'm looking for the maximum height, so I'm looking for the vertex, right? At which the maximum height, which means the vertex point, but I'm looking for the y value. Okay, so I know my two zeros. Yes, I am gonna use that -1, right, to find my vertex because I need it to find my vertex. I need it to find my axis of symmetry. So the first step is I need to find my axis of symmetry.
So add zeros.
So you're gonna add the two zeros and divide by 2. So that's gonna be 2 over 2, which is 1. And then
Plug in 1 for x.
Then you're gonna plug in that 1 in your x. You can plug it into this one or the standard form, it doesn't matter. So y equals -4.9. And then 1 minus 3, 1 plus 1. So my vertex is going to be at 19.6. My maximum. So let's see if that makes sense. Let's put it all together and see if it makes sense. Okay? What I know that the initial height was at 14.7. After 1 second, because that's where my axis of symmetry is, after 1 second it reached the maximum height of 19.6. Then at 3 seconds it landed. Right? Sorry that looks so like. So the vertex is where?